Hello, y'all, and welcome to the Executive Innovation Show. Let me make sure that you can hear me properly. So come on in, say hello. Let me know how you are doing. And let me make sure that I can hear myself as well. So come on in, come on in, come on in. Drop a one in the chat to let me know that you can hear me. I think you can, but come on in, y'all. It is Wednesday. We are here live in the Executive Innovation Show. I'm your host, Shevvy. We are streaming live on LinkedIn, which is my go-to platform, y'all, but also on Facebook as well. So you can catch me there as well, too. But also you can go over to YouTube to the Executive Innovation Show channel and subscribe, support your girl. But today we are talking about excuses and how they are expensive. And my question to you as a founder, what is it costing you, my friend? Okay. So come on in, say hello. And if you're new here, drop a one in the chat. I like to welcome my new viewers, my new followers, my new watchers. So come on in. And sometimes we think we have all the time in the world. Okay. I'm guilty of that too, depending on what's going on. But I'm here to tell you we don't have much time. And as a founder, as a business owner, sometimes we like, oh, we'll get to it. So we're talking about how we need to let go of the excuses and really look at what is it costing us as founders, as business owners. So drop a one in the chat and say hello, hello, hello. Okay. But if you're new here, I want to welcome you. Thank you for being here. I'm here every Wednesday. I'm your host, Shevvy. And as your consultant, trainer, facilitator, speaker, and author, y'all. Okay, I gotta make sure that I hit that author piece in there because your girl is the author of my book, Woman Breed, Leading Through Life, Career, and Business While Thriving Every Season, for women who are operating and leading and running businesses that are in high stress, high environments, high roles, and who are looking to step into their self-leadership to lead and thrive as they're navigating life, career, and business. So definitely go to my website and I'll drop it here as well too for you. But I wanted to just I'm going to be plugging that in every single time because I want to make sure that a lot of women are aware of this book that are out there and organizations as well. But we're here for the Executive Innovation Show. And as your, like I said, your consultant, trainer, facilitator, speaker, and author, I help tech founders and service providers who are truly ready to tap into federal market to help them with the removing that complexity, but also helping them to position their companies for federal opportunities. And the way that we do that, I want to make sure we eliminate the guesswork. So if you are looking like, hey, Shevvy, I don't have time to be going through all the weeds and all the compliance and all the policies, we eliminate that for you. Okay. We eliminate the guesswork. Also, we remove the complexity that comes with positioning your company for federal opportunities. Okay. That is the second thing. And then the third thing is that we help you create momentum, y'all. Within 30 days of working together, you will see traction because we are a company that we are focused on not only just planning, but we execute, we move forward, and we create momentum within 30 days. So if you're like, Shevvy, I have been stuck and I need to create a shift in how I move and how I position my company for federal opportunities, DM me, okay? Send me the word growth, reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. So let's get started on today's topic, which is excuses are expensive. What is it costing you? And as you're watching this, I want you to really think as a founder, as a service provider, how many times you've told yourself or mentioned to your team, hey, we want to position our company for federal opportunity, but nothing happens. The conversations are, held and all the things, but no movement, no traction, no momentum is happening for you or your business. So I'm going to share with you three things of what is costing you, and you can drop in the chat other things that might be, by making that excuse, what is actually costing you. And you're not probably making these excuses intentionally. You're just going with the flow because it's just, you're at capacity. Life is happening. Business is happening. You're busy. It's the end of the year. So it's a lot of moving parts. But it's not just only about right now I want you to look back at the last 6 months, beginning of this year, how things has been flowing and moving for you. There has been time when you said, again, multiple times, hey, I need to position myself for better opportunities. Things are happening in the commercial market, but I want accelerated growth. But oh, we don't have the capacity, we don't have the time, we don't have X, Y, and Z, we don't have the team, we don't have the certification, or maybe you do have the certification, or maybe you're looking to get another certification. All of those things are delayed responses, okay? That is going to prevent you from positioning your company for federal opportunities. So when it comes to removing those excuses, because it is costing you, and the one thing that is costing you right now is opportunities, friend. Opportunities, okay? And when I say opportunities, I mean like true aligned opportunities, because you have not taken the time. Because I know you're saying, Shevvy, I'm at capacity, but I'm telling you, when you are intentional with your time, you are able to look at, okay, what opportunities are truly out there that are in alignment. And there are many opportunities, okay, many opportunities that are out there on the different database, that are out there when it comes to the federal market. There are opportunities at your state level, at your local level. They are opportunities galore, okay? Welcome, Rochelle. Thank you for joining. She said, hey, Queen. She is driving and listening in. Thank you for joining and tuning in as you are on the move, okay? So, yeah, so really look at, okay, what opportunities have you missed within the last 6 months? What opportunities were brought to your attention, your awareness, and you had good intention to say, hey, let's go ahead and apply for this, but then zero action was taken on that specific opportunity because something else came up, something you thought that was more important came up. As the founder, you have to look at, how can I make time for this thing that I keep saying that I want to be a part of, to tap into? And sometimes that means maybe bringing in someone outside of your team to help you to identify, but also create those opportunities, complete the process, make sure that you have the requirements that are needed to make sure that you are applying and you're submitting based on what they're asking for. So look at how many opportunities did you miss? And what was the value of those opportunities? Was it multi-million-dollar opportunities? Was it, multiple six figures opportunities? Was it 5 figures? Like, it's money, because you are missing opportunities because there are excuses, okay? And we're all guilty of making excuses. And we get busy. I get it. I'm a mom of 3. I have multiple things that I'm building and growing. I also have my life. I also have a home that I have to manage. So I get it. But you have to look at, how can I make sure before 2025 is over, how can I position my company for true opportunities, that I don't go out and just tap into all the things, but I really tap into the things that really matters to help my company and my team grow. Okay. So that's number one. Opportunities are being missed. So it is called, these excuses are costing you opportunities. All right. The next thing, partnership. These are things that I talk about consistently: opportunities and partnership. So when we make excuses of, hey, I'll get back to you at this time, guess what? That partnership opportunity is it's gone. And what I've learned from my experience of not only for myself, but also for serving clients, when it comes to partnership, you have to stay engaged. And again, I know life is busy. I know you are juggling multiple tasks. You got kids, you have a wife or a husband or a partner, whatever, or maybe yourself, and you just out here enjoying life. But when these opportunities come to you, maybe you're questioning, okay, well, they're not talking about anything in a sense of partnership. But that is why you want to look at, when it comes to these individuals positioning themselves to partner with your company, is there alignment? You may be saying, I don't have time, Shevvy. Then guess what? That's when you bring in someone like myself or another BD to help you identify key partnership. Because again, saying that you don't have time, it's an excuse. Because we make time for what matters. If you're saying you want to grow in the federal market, you got to make time, friend. And if you can't make the time because of your capacity, that is when you bring in someone who you trust and can deliver, to make sure that, hey, there are opportunities flowing in. There are partnerships identified to help us get to the next level. Okay, so you have to look at, am I making excuses? How much is it costing me? Because again, that partnership can lead to a multi-million-dollar opportunities. I've been in conversation. I've brought clients and potential partnership to have conversation that can lead to multi-million-dollar opportunities. But that comes with nurturing, continued nurturing of that relationship. It's not just one and done. Okay, it is not one and done, my friend. If you are looking to break into the federal market, tap into the space because you have not done so yet, you have to look at how do you position for these opportunities, but also how do you position for these aligned partnerships. Okay, so because of excuses that founders are plugged in because they're busy, their capacity, that they are trying to tap into all these different buckets, you are creating, or you are losing, not creating, you are losing opportunities, and but also potential aligned partnerships. Okay. And then the third thing, when we implement excuses over and over because it's expensive, it is costing you growth. And when I say growth, I'm talking about leadership growth, financial growth, because we are all here to make that money. Okay. Drop money in the chat if you're here to make some money. And I'm not talking small money, like big money. Okay. So drop money in the chat if you're here to bring in big money into your company. But when we are making excuses as founders, whether that's you, whether that's another founder, a service provider, a tech founder, it is costing your financial growth. Okay. Because think about the many opportunities that founders are securing daily. And I'm talking about these big companies. I'm talking about some small companies, because now that the government is back opened, I am getting notification of companies who has won I'm not saying double digits. I'm saying 3 digits, 300 plus thousand, 100 plus thousand, millions of dollars in contract. That's because they are looking at the opportunities. They're not making excuses. They are finding a way to position their company for continued growth. But too often, as a small business owner, as a small founder, you have a small team and your team is already at capacity. You are already at capacity for yourself as the leader of that business because you're growing. You got to go to meetings. You got to go to conferences. You got to have conversations. Like, you are in sell mode consistently. So you are missing opportunities in the federal market. You are missing partnership in the federal market to grow. And also you're missing financial growth as well. But that's where I come in and support founders, which I've done before. And I'm continuing to do such. And I'm also doing this for myself as a business owner, as a founder who is doing amazing work, but also supporting them, but also making sure that I grow as well too. Okay. So every delay that you decide to say, hey, we'll do that later. We'll do that later. Well, you know what? Put that over there. You are losing opportunities. It is costing you financially. It is costing you in partnership. It is costing you in opportunities. So what can you do to shift that? If you're like, Shevvy, I don't have the time. I really don't have the time. I don't have the capacity, but I still want to position my company for federal opportunities without having to lift the finger or do the heavy lifting. Guess what? This is where I support you as a founder to remove that complexity. Okay, that you like, hey, it is a lot to happen into that space. There's a lot of regulations. Guess what? I understand. I've done 22 years in the military, readiness, compliance, policies, execution, all the things. So I get it. But I am great at making sure that when it comes to things that are complex, whether that's helping a client submit their first SBIR phase 1, guess what? I know how to navigate that space, and because I've done it for past clients. So when it comes to you positioning your company for federal opportunities, I want to make sure that you are set up for success. And that's why I created my strategic growth sprint. This is for the founders who have the certifications, who have decades of experience, but who doesn't have the time, but they know the results, the solution that they have can support the government the right way. but they are looking for someone to provide them with a strategic plan to help them to execute and create momentum within the next 30 days. And if that is something that you're looking for and the right support with integrity, but results in the sense of we are moving and creating actions. So where if you're like, hey, I'm right here, I have no clue, I'm educated on all the things in the federal market, not all the things, but at least I know the gist of what all is needed, but there's no traction, then guess what? Within 30 days, you'll see the traction. You start seeing results as long as you're willing to do the work, And if you're like, hey, Chevy, I ain't got the time, can you do it for me? Guess what? Yes, done for you service as well too. But I want you to look at where you're at right now. How many times you said to yourself over the year, just 2025, maybe last year as well too, hey, I want to get into the federal market. I have all these skill set. I have these certifications. I have decades of, working in the federal space, whether that's, I'm, serving in the military, working as a civilian. Like I have what is needed, but I don't know how to put it together or how I don't have the time to do that. And you're like, hey, I'm ready for true opportunity. I'm done with the excuses. I'm ready for the true opportunities, the aligned partnership and financial growth. I want to position my company for true financial growth. Then send me the word growth, because I'm here to help founders who are truly ready to create momentum within the next 30 days. Okay. And if you want to get that started before 2026, January 1st gets here, I want you to reach out, connect with me, say hello, ask any questions that you may have for me. And let's see if it's a good fit, because I don't want to work with just anyone who just like, hey, I got the money. But no, we have to make sure that we aligned, okay? That we are aligned. And I'm here to help founders who are truly looking for growth, but also momentum. Like you are looking to get to the next level. And you're looking for someone who you can trust, guide you, help you plan, but also execute. And if that's you, send me a DM with the word growth. Because it is time to stop allowing our excuses to cost us opportunities, partnership, and financial growth. So if you are that founder, reach out to me, send me a DM. So today was all about excuses and how they are expensive if we don't take the necessary steps in action. So as a founder, as a service provider, I want you to ask yourself, by me not moving forward, what is it costing me financially? What is it costing me in partnership? What is it costing me in opportunities? And if you're like, hey, there's a lot of dollars that I'm losing, it's time to take action. It's time to make sure that 2026 is your year to create true momentum and results. So if that is you, connect with me and I would love to hear what you got going on. But as always, if you're looking and watching at this later on, #replay. If you're new here, drop a 1 in the chat. Excuse me, y'all. I'm coming off this little congested cold. But yeah, like I said, drop a 1 in the chat, #replay. And as always, I want to thank you all for joining me here on the Executive Innovation Show. I'm your host, Shevvy, your consultant, trainer, facilitator, speaker, and author of The Woman Breed, leading through life, career, business while thriving in every season for women operating and leading high performance role and businesses. Okay. And if you're a tech founder, if you are, let me drink some water, y'all. Goodness. If you're a tech founder and you're ready to eliminate the guesswork, you're ready to remove the complexity, and you're ready to create momentum in the next 30 days, I'm your person. Reach out to me, connect with me, and I'll be happy to just learn more about you and your company and see how I can support you, whether it's through the strategic growth sprint or in other capacity. As always, y'all, see me here next Wednesday on the Executive Innovation Show. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Executive Innovation Show. And if you are watching on Facebook, say hello as well too. But I will see you all next Wednesday and have an amazing rest of your week. See you all later.